allowed to. But it's not allowed to go here if this hasn't moved. And I always use the seam on my shirt as an example. So if I take my setup position, my right elbow is in front of the seam of my shirt, okay? As I go back, as I start turning, the seam on my shirt is turning, obviously. As I start turning, the seam of my shirt is turning. That is the reason that my right elbow is moving. I'm not actively pulling my right elbow behind me. So as my body turns, the seam on my shirt is turning, and then I can open my arm around my elbow. The elbow is the pivot point. You do not want to feel like you pull the right elbow behind you in the takeaway, in the backswing in general. And again, the reason that we are and that we have to is because the first move doesn't really involve rotation. So to get the hands and the club behind you, you have the need of pulling that right elbow back before you start setting it up in the air. So the seam turns, the body turns, the seam on your shirt turns, and the right elbow stays in front of that seam. And then as it sets up, we're setting that arm up. And again, it kind of has, it's not quite externally rotated the whole way, but it's working that way the whole way. It's not